Alright, welcome to Scottish Stews, Rants and Reviews, and we're going to do something a little bit different. This week we're going to do the first of weekly wrestling stories from myself. So, for those who don't know me, for about 15 years I was an independent Scottish professional wrestler by the name of Tenacious Johnny Lyons. Retired late 2019, but currently still a coach for the FPWA school with Andy Wilde. So over 15 years I've been in thousands of matches and thousands of shows, and I've accumulated a lot of funny stories in my head. And most of these I'm going to tell every week are at my detriment. But there's going to be a lot of kind of famous faces that are going to turn up. And the first famous face a lot of you wrestling fans might know is Jack Jester, and he's in this first story. So this story is simply entitled The Worst Match of My Career, featuring Jack Jester. So let's look at the background then. So this was Stonehaven 2014. Now, it was for the company WrestleZone. They were at the time building up for a WrestleZone main event with Crusher Craib and Jack Jester. So they really wanted to build up Jack Jester as the next big heel. After myself had lost the title, it was Jester's going to challenge Crusher Craib for it. So they wanted to build him up. So they thought the best way of doing this would be to do a tag team match at Stonehaven, which makes sense. Johnny Lyons, who at the time was probably the biggest heel that was with the company, and Jack Jester, the biggest kind of outside heel coming in. So us two in a tag team together versus Crusher Craib and WrestleZone's top babyface, Scotty Swift. So on paper, sounds like a fantastic match. Alright, so because it's like the last show before the Aberdeen Anarchy show, the company management wanted to film quite a lot of video footage with Jack Jester, like promos and so forth. So for most of the day, Jack Jester's busy, with all these different things he's got to do, all the promotions and video packages and so forth. So really the three of us are trying to plan this match, and you can't plan a 4-man tag team with 3 people typically. Alright, so we're going back and forward, we're not really getting any agreements on what we're going to do. So we're like, okay, where's Jack Jester? Oh, he's busy with us soon. Where's Jack Jester? You'll be busy. I'm like, okay. So about half an hour before bell time, Jester's finally free. And again, it's not his fault. I'm not saying it's Jester's fault. He was busy with the management getting the promos for the Aberdeen Anarchy Super Show. So it comes along, we start planning, and we're just chatting away, and I was like, it's not really going anywhere productive. So we just start getting like the start of the match planned, and like the kind of the end. But not in the middle, nothing at all really. So we've got maybe 10% of this match planned, and then Bill comes over, who's one of the head guys at WrestleZone, and says, "You're up. Your music's playing. Stu, your music's playing." I'm like, seriously? So I didn't know. Like my music had been playing like 3 minutes at this point. So I'm like, oh man, and like we're not got the match sorted out. And he's like, well, cut a promo. So I'm like, oh, okay, sure. So I go out, I go in the ring, and I'm completely like thinking, I don't know what's going on in this match. I take the microphone from the announcer, and I just do this most nonsensical promo, like I've ever done in my life. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm like going, so you see here, people, and I'm doing all this kind of stuff, like being a total heel kind of guy. And my tag team partner is, they all know it was on the poster. So I'm introducing Jack Jester as a tag team partner. They know who Jack Jester is. It was on the poster, it was advertised, but I was just filling space. So he comes out, we do some stuff on the outside. I'm trying to delay it as long as we can, which I'm happy with, because I don't know what the match is going to be. I know basics of it. So we're going in and out, tagging in and out, doing the stuff, bit of shine, things like that. That's okay. The first problem comes, I think, when we've got to... the first problem comes when we've got to get heat on Scotty. If you're not a wrestling fan, you won't understand this. But you look up, I'm not going to give you all the terminology explanations. I'm hoping that some smart fans are watching this. So I grab Scotty in the rope. I don't know what the cut-off's going to be. So Scotty says to me, like, cut me off. I'm like, alright. So he gives me a whip, I give him the reversal, and then I go for the clothesline. I think he's thinking knee. So when I said I'm going to go for a knee, in my head I'm going for a clothesline. So I smack this clothesline, it kind of bends over, like he's selling the knee, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. So then I grab him, and I'm tagging Jack Jester. Now, one thing I did hear backstage was, and it was towards the end of the match, but I didn't get this in my head, we're going to whip somebody off and do a double backdrop spot, where the guy would kick somebody in the head and then clothesline the other guy, right? So that's the spot that's kind of planned. So we grab Scotty Swift off the ropes and we double whip him. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. But if I thought about it more, that's obviously the end of the match. That's still very much the start of the match. So I put my head down for the backdrop. Jack Jester gives Scotty the back elbow. So I'm literally like this, like some idiot, with my head down. And I'm thinking, so I'm really thinking to myself, oh my God, that was awful. What the hell? So I go to panic mode. I think I've got to recover fast. So I see Scotty in his back, so I think to myself, right, what we'll do, I'll bounce off the ropes, I'll come back, give him a quick leg drop, and at least I've redeemed myself. So I go, bounce off the ropes, hit the ropes as hard as I can, boom, hit the ropes, I come flying off with the leg drop, and then Jack Jester pins Scotty Swift. So now I'm like, I can't pin him! So then I just literally stop midway to running, and then just meekly walk back to my corner with my head down. And I'm normally really loud, and I'm literally on the corner now, just like, oh god, oh god. Jack Jester thinks I'm stupid. Jack Jester thinks I'm a complete idiot. And I'm just like, man, what's the next? I don't even know what the next sequence is. So we're doing quick tags in and out, we're getting through it. I'm like, oh my god, this is an absolute nightmare. Seems to go smooth again. We get to the kind of the fast tag bits. And then again, Jester goes for the flipping whip. I'm on the wrong side. He's like, Johnny, other side. So I get to the other side. We do the backdoor spot. But here is the point. This is the most embarrassing moment in my entire wrestling career now. All right, this is seared in my brain. And like, if Jack Jester remembers me, he'll remember me as the guy that did this. The most embarrassing thing. So we're getting heat on Swifty. Give him a good beat down. Boom, boom. And then Jester puts his foot up on the ropes for me to like ram Scotty's face into his boot and then tagging Jester. Obvious, right? Yeah, obvious to anybody apart from me. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm panicking. I'm in full panic mode at this point. So I'm hitting Swifty and I see the boot. And I see Swifty and I'm thinking, oh, Jester wants me to tag him in. So in one moment of crazy badness, I drop Scotty, let him go, and I leap mid-air to tag Jester. I'm in the air and it's like time stops. I remember like reaching out for the boot and I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing? And I tag his boot. Jester looks at me, looks at Scotty, walks in. Worst moment of my life. The rest of the match, I just watched the match back. It's on a private link, thank God. No one will ever see it again. But you know what? That's it. That's this week's wrestling story of the week.